God's Spirit is in my heart. He has called me and set me apart. This is what I have to do, what I have to do. He sent me to give the good news to the poor, tell prisoners that they are prisoners no more, tell blind people that they can see, and set the downtrodden free. And go tell everyone the news that the kingdom of God has come. And go tell everyone the news that God's kingdom has come.
Welcome to this video series. I'm going to be doing this in parts because it's a very big subject and I've accumulated a lot of information that I'm going to have to put in sections. So as you may have noticed by the title, this is about the mark of the beast. It's a very, I'm not sure I'd say controversial subject, but it's definitely seems like a radical subject. But obviously myself, being a Bible-believing Christian, I believe in the prophecies. I believe they are going to come to pass. So it says, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority." Now, what's really struck me from that passage is that I recognize the description as how I had described the beast that I saw in my vision when I got saved, when some of you may have watched my testimony, but for those that haven't, part of my vision was that I saw this devouring, roaring beast, and there was evil spirits whispering in my ears, and then that's when I saw Yeshua, Jesus, descending, and had a 4-foot cross in his hand that he banged, and through that the symbolism was that he was claiming ownership over me, that he had redeemed me. And at that moment the beast and all the spirits, they fled from his presence and from that banging of the cross. So to realize that the same beast that I saw is the beast that John is describing, that was quite a shock, because I was like, there's some more meaning than that I have to look into. So through that I got investigating it again, and the Holy Spirit's really been revealing to me different aspects of it. So the first thing we need to understand when we're looking at the mark of the beast, what it is, how we apply the prophecy, the first thing we need to understand is who the beast is, what the beast is, what the image of the beast is. So this video is going to be dealing with that subject. So I have researched this, and I think the first clue we have here is that it says the beast had his power and his authority and his seat from the dragon. Now, in biblical terms, the dragon is a symbol for Satan. It makes that quite clear later in Revelations. Yeah, so here in Revelations 12:9, it says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceives the whole world." So we can first of all gather that this beast is given his power by Satan. So this puts it as an evil being, which the natural progression of logic is to associate it with the demonic kingdom. Now, I think why people haven't done that is they don't understand what is at play. And it's like, it's really, they should, because Paul made it quite clear that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers in high places, in heavenly places, rulers of spiritual wickedness. In Ephesians chapter 5, I believe, or 6. So we then understand that there are ranks in the demonic world, and that's really what, as followers of Yehoshua, that's what we wrestle against, that's what we fight against, that's those demons, those principalities, those powers in those places. So we'll look more at this now, because this beast is described in different ways. We learn in Revelation 13:1 that this beast has 7 heads and 10 horns. And we learn in Daniel 7:23, this same beast, the last beast before the second coming of Yehoshua. Thus he said, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. So we see the beast being likened to a kingdom, and we see Satan has given him a throne, he's given him authority, he's given him power. And obviously, this is the 4th, so there were 3 others that are prophesied before, and they all take their turn. But the 4th one is the one that is in power at the last days, through the Great Tribulation up until the kingdom is given to Yehoshua, and he has the kingdom forever then. So we can look at different things in the Bible. It says that the prince of this age, this world, is Satan. So this kingdom is his kingdom. So then we look at, I think an interesting thing is that if you look on the righteous side, the good side, the holy angels, you have God, you have Elohim, which is Abba, Yehoshua, Ruach Kodesh, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And under them you have 4 archangels. So yeah, my point is that Satan tries to replicate everything in God's kingdom, because essentially his whole issue is that he wants to be God, and he was jealous, and he tried to supplant Elohim, and he was cast out because of his rebellion. So he kind of set up his government here on earth, trying to replicate God's kingdom, God's rulership. So his installation of 4 beasts, 4 powers that are over the rest, that's kind of like what he does. He tries to replicate everything. So this makes sense that there are 4 beasts, or you could call them 4 demonic principalities, really. I think that's what they are. And I think that also this is not from my own understanding. I think that this is that I've been shown through the Holy Spirit, through my prayer and fasting. Because if we try and understand the prophecy of the 10 kings and because you've got 10 horns or the 7 heads and you've got the 4 beasts, if we try and understand this all as looking for men, like physical kings, it doesn't seem to ever make sense. But if you look at this as the demonic kingdom, that this 4th principality, this demonic principality, has 7 powers under him, and then under them there's 10, this ranking system, and they all have terms, And that's the age. You see, as well, if we go into spirituality, into zodiac, into astrology, which is occultic, which means demonic. Secret knowledge comes from demons. I'm sorry if any of this information is shocking to people that I'm saying these things, because I know I haven't gone through a lot of this in my videos, right? But this is just things I've learned over time. So if you can bear with me, and even if you don't agree with some of the things I'm saying, please bear with this video series, because the information that I'm going to reveal, especially further on, becomes very relevant to our lives today and to our decisions that we're going to make. So even if you don't believe or understand all what I'm saying, please bear with me, okay? So if we've got these rankings, and we've got this age where this beast is in power, this kingdom is in power, and then this kingdom is in power, it resembles very much the zodiacal astrological ages, where they say it's the age of Aquarius, it's the age of this. And yeah, it's really interesting. I'm going to try not to delve into too much other things, but I might make another video about that in further detail. So, back to the fourth beast, this devouring beast that has this resemblance of looking like a bear and a lion, and that is how I saw it. And a devouring beast is how Daniel describes it, which again is something I described it as because it had teeth and it was roaring at me. It was like it wanted to devour me, which it actually makes a lot of sense too, because this beast wages war against the saints. That's something in Revelations we learn. So this fourth kingdom, it's going to be diverse from the others that have been before it, and it's going to be a worldwide treading down and stamping and bruising, and it's going to be tyrannical, and it's the whole world, so it's taking over the whole world. And this is where we come into the New World Order, as basically enslavement of the whole world. And it's not satisfied with that only, but it seeks to destroy people. What's very telling about this beast is the fact it has 7 heads and 10 horns, because then we can link that to other instances in Revelations that mention this, different things having 7 heads and 10 horns as that beast. So it all links in. A lot of Revelations is repetition of a vision in a different form. I think if we understand that, it becomes a lot clearer, the message. Because I believe it is confusing to people. I know it certainly was for me. There's a lot of information. Okay, so you see in Revelations 12:3, the great red dragon, which we've already established is Satan, also has 7 heads and 10 horns. Now this, I believe, is kind of showing that the beast is so under Satan that it could be considered as one with him, because it's part of his kingdom. Although it's the beast's kingdom, it's essentially Satan's kingdom. So in Daniel 7:7, we see this is Daniel's description of the fourth beast again. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped up the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. That's how we link in. These are all talking about the same thing. This is a fuller one of the one I read earlier. So Revelations 13:1-2. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, And his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the names of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. So, you see, we are establishing here who the beast is. The beast is a principality, is put in charge by Satan. And in Revelation 17, all of these, the beast, the 7 kings, the 10 kings, they all have one mind, giving power and strength to the beast. And the beast is giving power to Satan. And Satan is giving power to the whore, and that's another thing which I'm going to leave out with this one. So in the next video, we're going to be dealing with what the image of the beast is. So this ties in with world enslavement. This ties in with the New World Order. And there will be quite a turn that you'll see that comes into current affairs. So I hope to see you in the next video. God's peace be with you. Bye.